Italia menegaskan sikapnya di tengah kesepakatan damai yang berakhir antara Amerika Serikat dan Iran. Bahkan konflik kedua negara kembali pecah lantaran Amerika Serikat dan Iran saling melancarkan serangan balasan. Terkait hal itu, Perdana Menteri Italia Giorgia Meloni buka suara kepada wartawan di KTT NATO di Ankara pada Rabu 8 Juli. Dikutip dari Iran Internasional, Meloni mengatakan Italia tidak akan ikut serta dalam operasi militer melawan Iran. Ia menegaskan kembali posisi Roma yang sejak awal tidak terlibat konflik di Timur Tengah. Meloni juga mengingatkan bahwa Italia sebelumnya pernah menolak permintaan bantuan dari Amerika Serikat pada Maret 2026. Saat itu Amerika Serikat meminta izin melakukan pendaratan pesawat militernya di pangkalan udara Sigonella di Sisilia. Namun dengan tegas Italia menolak membantu serangan tersebut. Diketahui sebelumnya Presiden Donald Trump mengakhiri kesepakatan damai antara Amerika Serikat dan Iran. Trump juga menyatakan tidak ingin membuat kesepakatan dengan Iran. Sebaliknya, Trump melancarkan serangan selama 2 hari berturut-turut ke wilayah Iran. Bahkan serangan itu dilakukan di tengah prosesi pemakaman pemimpin tertinggi Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Kabar itu disampaikan PJS Corporate Secretary V. Kapita pada Rabu 8 Juli. Ia mengatakan kapal Pertamina Pride mulai bergerak pada Selasa 7 Juli pukul 16 waktu Indonesia Barat. Kapal tersebut berhasil melintasi area kritikal serta Selat Hormuz pada Rabu 8 Juli pukul 00:15 waktu Indonesia Barat. Oleh sebab itu, V. Kapita menegaskan 2 kapal yang tertahan sejak Maret dapat melanjutkan kembali perjalanan. Bahkan 2 kapal tersebut bisa beroperasi seperti biasa. V. Kapita menegaskan seluruh awak kapal Pertamina Pride berada dalam kondisi aman dan selamat. Kapal yang membawa sekitar 2 juta barel minyak mentah tersebut langsung melanjutkan perjalanan menuju Cilacap. Adapun estimasi waktu tempuh sekira 15 hari. Kapal Pertamina Pride diperkirakan tiba di Indonesia pada 23 Juli 2026. Lebih lanjut, V. Kapita mengapresiasi Kementerian Luar Negeri dan Kedutaan Besar Republik Indonesia di Teheran.
Following President Trump's remarks on Spain and basically his intention to cut any trade relations with the country, I mean, what is your reaction? And also whether you can confirm that such a reaction would suspend the trade agreement, and maybe step back, what credibility you give to such remark, given that it's not the first time we heard something similar.
Thank you very much for your question, Jorge. Here's what I can say on behalf of the European Commission. The Commission has been very clear and consistent on this issue, and our approach will not change. As we have said previously, trade between the European Union and the United States is deeply integrated and mutually beneficial. Therefore, it is in our mutual interest to safeguard this relationship. Indeed, this is more important than ever in a time of global disruption. I remind you that we signed a joint statement with the US last year. We expect the US to honour its commitments under that joint statement, as we have honoured ours. And finally, I repeat, the Commission will always ensure that the interests of the European Union and all our member states are fully protected. We will continue to advocate for stable, predictable and mutually beneficial transatlantic trade for the benefit of all. Follow up.
When it comes to the protection of the EU interests and its member states, could you walk us through what will be the consequences of suspending the trade relations with a country like Spain?
Thank you, Jorge. If a moment comes where I consider it necessary to explain that in detail to you, I will do so. This is not that moment.
While he was in Ankara, Trump said, and I quote, "Greenland should be controlled by the United States, not Denmark." We've heard this threat before, now it's back on the table, fully and firmly. How do you reply to this threat, and how far are you willing to go to defend the sovereignty and integrity of Denmark, one of your member states? Thank you.
Thank you for your question, Jorge. Similarly to what I said in response to the question from your namesake earlier, we have dealt with this before, but I'm happy to repeat what we said then. Greenland is an autonomous territory in the Kingdom of Denmark. Decisions about the future of Greenland are for Greenlanders and Danes to decide. Territorial integrity, national sovereignty and inviolability.
Trump beralasan keputusannya ini karena pertimbangan keamanan.
Diketahui selesai tiba di Inggris, Trump kembali menaiki pesawat Air Force One yang baru di pangkalan Angkatan Udara Ralph Millen Hall untuk melanjutkan perjalanan pulang ke Washington.
And what was really determined is the country's doing very well. We've made a lot of good trade deals with Turkey, and they've been a very good partner. He's been great, by the way. President Erdogan's been great, and I hope you had a good time. Any questions?
Mr. President, what was the security concern that caused us to change planes? What was the security concern that caused us to change planes?
We sent this one in so that the Air Force Base here was in the same exact line. So you saw, did you see the picture?
We did.
Hundreds of pictures, hundreds of people. Let me see that. Oh, yeah. You can't see it too well, but there are hundreds of people out there. So they wanted to see. So they came a little bit early and we switched planes.
So you're saying there wasn't a security concern?
No. Why would
there
there?
any other issue? No issue?
No, except we sent it a little early. Same line, going back. We sent it a little bit early so that we could let them see it. The whole base came out and saw the plane, and then we landed.
Do you know why they had us close our window blinds? That was unusual.
Well, yeah, because you're probably on a dangerous flight because of the sleaze bags that we have to deal with.
So you think that Iran was possibly thinking of trying?
Well, I mean, if they asked you to close your windows, probably they feel that way. They didn't ask me to close mine, but if they did, I would have done it. You know, these are sick people, so I could see something like that. I didn't know they did that, but I could see something like that.
Were you aware of any credible threat by Iran against Air Force
Well, I have
One?
a threat all the time. I'm number one on their list before you. But if I go, you go, right?
But was there a
So
specific
perhaps someday you want to change professions. What do you have, Daniel?
Is it conclusive that there are strikes ongoing in Iran? So
We just hit them very hard, and I say we hit them 20-1. Every time they hit us, we're going to hit them 20. And we did it last night. They did a little something today, but it was really retribution for last night. They hit actually 3 boats, not 2. And when they hit, we hit back much harder.
Are we returning to a full-scale military conflict, sir?
I don't know. I don't know. We'd win it very quickly. It's another way of doing it. We have many ways we can win, but we've already won militarily. They have very little. They have very little left, and they want to make a deal so badly. They called a little while ago. They want to make a deal so badly. I just don't know if they're worthy of making a deal. I don't know that they're going to honor the deal. That's the problem.
If they want to make a deal, why do you think they attacked commercial vessels?
Because they're sort of crazy, to be honest with you. They're sort of crazy. They're a little bit out of control, but they want to make a deal. Badly.
So
Have you spoken to Senator Mitch McConnell since his hospitalization?
No, I haven't.
How's he doing?
I have no idea. I have no idea how he's doing.
At the beginning of before the NATO summit, you spoke.
Who are you with?
Reuters. You had
not the best.
You had issues with. You said you had issues with leaders of Spain, UK.
Spain, I will say, I did have issues with
Also
Spain,
Germany.
and I still do. But Spain came back all the way today. Spain was very generous today. You know, I told them I'm going to stop trading.
What did Spain do there?
They made. They honored a request for lots of payment, and if they didn't, we wouldn't even talk to them. They were very bad. They behaved very badly, in my opinion. But there was great unity in that room today. The NATO room, it was pretty amazing, actually. There was something very good about it. I actually wish the press was able to stay. Now, they may have been different if the press was there, but there was tremendous unity and togetherness. It was quite nice.
Sir, are you going to pull more U.S. troops out of Europe? And if so, how many and where specifically?
I haven't made that final determination. A lot's going to depend on Greenland, and a lot. I mean, you know, we'll make a very good deal on Greenland, and if we don't, maybe I will. And a lot's dependent on Iran. I mean, they want to help now. You know, it's a little late to the thing because essentially there's not that much fighting to be done. But some will depend on Iran. You know, when they had a chance, an opportunity to help, they chose not to. So, but we're sort of forgetting about that. And now they want to help. They all want to go in. They want to help on Iran so badly, but we don't really need help. It's little things, but we don't really need help.
Did President al-Shara make any commitments to you on helping with Hezbollah in Lebanon?
Yeah, he did.
What did
He's done a great job. He's unified Syria, the president. I'm not going to say what he said, but yeah, he did. He was great today. He was great, and President Zelensky was great too.
The summit was because it was held in Turkey. Was this your last NATO summit?
No, I think they came a long way today. They made some concessions.